another episode of E-Magazine. My name is Natasha Agunda, and guess what? It's yet another weekend. How's your weekend going so far? Metropole TV KE on all our social media platforms. Let me know where the sherehe is taking you today. But before we get into sherehe mood, we are going down and dirty with Trendy Fridays. And joining me, none other, is a very special guest that you're going to know in just a few. All right, so let us start off Trendy Fridays. So we're starting off Trendy Fridays, and I'm going to introduce my very, very important guest. His name is Randall. Randall, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hi.
Maybe kama sijasema hiyo jina vizuri.
Yes.
Yani just say it in length.
So I'm Randall Maliti. Yes, I'm an entertainment enthusiast. Yeah.
So are you ready to get down and dirty with what we have today?
Yes, I'm so ready.
All right, so let's start off with the first story of the day. Now, the government of Malawi has asked the former world heavyweight champion Michael Tyson to become the official ambassador for the country's cannabis industry. Now, Agriculture Minister Lobin Low sent a letter to Tyson inviting him to take up the role, saying that cannabis legalization in Malawi had created new opportunities. Recently, during a training workshop with farmers, Low encouraged cannabis growers to form cooperatives to increase their bargaining power, and that he viewed cannabis as a key part of the country's agricultural export strategy to contribute to domestic development. Now, hence, Malawi's decision to appoint Tyson a successful cannabis entrepreneur. Tyson is launching his own cannabis line named Tyson 2.0 on Black Friday in partnership with Columbia Care Inc. This is a congratulations. What do you think about it? What are you feeling about this?
But specifically, I'll say for Malawi it was a big move because you know Tyson, he's big. So for him to become an ambassador for cannabis, that's marketing strategy they had.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It seems as though you like the thing.
It's not illegal. Okay.
It's not illegal?
It's
Where?
not in some countries like Malawi, yes, but you know in Kenya, but you also know it has its medicinal value, you know. Yeah, so I think for Malawi, for them it's like good investment because
it's not illegal there.
Yes.
But now Mike Tyson, you know Mike Tyson already. Let's talk about how people are now using it as a big company. This guy, apart from being the brand ambassador, you know, he owns his own company that has been taking off, skyrocketed from the beginning of the year. What do you think that, do you think Kenya should emulate? You know, you see the way they legalized polygamy. Yeah. Do you think this is the way they should legalize this cannabis, but for medical reasons? Yeah. You know, as well, because in the States utapata hata kuna ma ATM. Unajua kama venye kuna ATM ya do. Huko kuna hiyo ATM ya cannabis, but as long as you don't use it and abuse it, you know, it's okay. What do you think about that?
I was also saying Kenya, I think ni kidogo, because even in Kenya, if they did this cannabis and legalized it, maybe tungekuwa 5 steps ahead. Because
5 steps ahead in what? In economy, in the GDP, what?
Economy.
Are you serious?
I swear.
But even if we were 5 steps ahead, you know, like Kenyan, this cannabis is not like really the best. Yeah. You know, Malawi, actually, even the reason why they decided to take it to become legal is because they have one of the best species of cannabis. Yes. It's called the Malawian gold. Don't ask me how I know that. Please, don't ask me how I know that. But yes, they do actually have a very good species. Hapa ni kama bado hatuja realize.
Nisema ni kama bado hatujachanuka.
Hatujachanuka ama ile hizo vitu tunapanda hazina meaning. Hazina value. All right, so it's a yes for you?
Yeah, for me I think it's not bad. Yes, so for him kudos. That's so big.
All right, so let's move on to the next story.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next story. Broadcast firm Star Times has terminated its broadcast deal with the FKF Premier League, effectively immediately. Keyword. The broadcaster said in a press statement that the move was taken after the federation had poorly executed their agreement. Now this comes barely a year after StarTimes entered a partnership with FKF to broadcast Kenya Premier League matches. Now the sponsorship would see StarTimes transmit a top flight matches, 30 National Super League fixtures, as well as Harambee Stars friendly matches. And according to StarTimes, the federation has failed miserably at it. They gave reasons as to why they acted the way they did, and here are some of them. Now, issues that were outlined were failure to deliver a number of scheduled broadcast fixtures, frequent changes to confirmed fixtures, persistent stakeholder wrangling with the football fraternity, failure to honor agreed contract deliverables, and constantly putting the StarTimes brand into disrepute. And this is very, very, very sad. I just saw just a few minutes ago before we came on air that their boss has been rearrested, and there's so many issues that are, you know, that have just decided to follow FKF and the Kenya Football Federation and all of them at the same time. What do you think? What are your thoughts about that? Maybe you can tell me, because maybe probably not too much of a football fan.
When I heard this, I was very sad because number one, you know, StarTimes, this is where we promoted our football techniques and the players and all stuff. But sasa inamaanisha tutakuwa tunawatch Harambee Stars anymore or what? You see? But if on the table there was a disagreement, I think the bosses could have just sit down, because I saw there was also, I think StarTimes and FKF, they didn't agana. Kama kuna mali wali.
But you know, si ati waonge. The fact is that these guys are saying that it has happened more than one time. That labda yani FKF wameka fixture, unaona? Tuseme Harambee Stars inacheza na Uganda, unaona kama ile nini the Ugandans. Alafu tena wakose kuonyesha. By the way, just to say the truth, hiyo game ilikuwa hapa nini Kasarani hatukuwatch. You understand? It's not the first time, it's not the second time that it's happening. So these guys are saying that you guys are now jeopardizing our brand. Hata kama wangekuwa wanaongea, sijui kama walikosa kuongea, because at the first instance of how it happened, then that means that walikuwa wameshasema kwani nini na happen. You understand? So I mean, like, what is going on with our FKF? Uko mandani ni corruption ama nini?
Leadership, hata pia corruption. There's a reason why, you know, hatuwezi jua because sisi ni outsiders. But for me, that is very sad, because that is a very, very big loss for, especially for these football teams. Because that's where they're going to get the platform to go, apart from, because najua watu wengi wako wamezoea StarTimes, match iko hii time. Sasa hii, but I hope they do solve the issue.
Is it not bigger than that?
I think there's something.
There's something, right?
There's something, yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next story now. Judicial Service Commission has summoned former Nairobi Governor Sonko over the corruption allegations he made against High Court Judge Said Juma Chitembwe in his response. Now, Sonko acknowledged to have received the summon from JSC, commenting them for acting on his complaints with the desired swiftness. Now, this comes just as a Nairobi magistrates court granted orders to have the politician barred from releasing more of his leaks until a suit before the court is decided. And even though Kenyans seem to stand behind him, with Kenyans on Twitter commending him for his expose, Sonko's political colleagues, however, have expressed their disapproval of his methods. Now, some having been victims of the now famous Sonko recordings. Kuna drama, by the way, this weekend. Not this weekend, this whole week. My God. Did you have a chance to see it?
I wouldn't say yes.
Are you serious?
But the story, nimesikia, but I was so shocked because from such a person, hata expose, what benefits are you getting from it? Do you see? I didn't get. And then, hapo ni kama kuna beef.
Kuna beef, obviously, because some of those lawyers are his friends. You understand? And that's why that's where the beef is coming from. But also, I agree with you. I don't like the way he decided to expose those people.
Yeah, true.
Because now inamaanisha sahi Sonko hata ende wapi. Hakuna mtu atamtrust.
True.
Na hivyo ndio mabiashara zake ndio zimeisha hivyo.
Ndio sasa.
But then there are also a part of Kenyans on Twitter saying that he did very well for exposing the rot that is the Kenyan judicial system. You understand? And people really commended him for it and really applauded him, give him a tap on the back. What about those Kenyans? What?
No, that's not good. Because also ungejieka kwa hiyo shoe usikie. No. So for Sonko, and then apart from the video leaks, nasikia pia kuna social media posts. The recordings, the WhatsApp voice recording. But if me and you cross each other, I don't think there's a point itabidi duende kwa social media just to attack me in a way that dignity yangu ita
reduce.
Yeah.
But sasa hao venye walikuwa wanafanya Sonko hizo vitu walikuwa wanafikiria dignity yake.
Hey, hapa ni inaitwa the deal gone wrong.
All right, so let's move on to the next story. Now, rapper Jay-Z has made Grammy history. The music mogul has earned a total of 83 Grammy nominations in his career, making him the most nominated artist of all time. The Recording Academy announced on Wednesday the rapper scored 3 nods for the 2022 Grammy Awards ceremony on Tuesday, surpassing Quincy Jones, whom he was previously tied with 80 nods. Now, Jay-Z received 2 nominations this year for Best Rap Song for his work on song Bath Salts and Jail. He was also recognized for his work on Kanye West's album Donda in the Album of the Year category. But Jay-Z isn't the only person in his family to make Grammy history. Beyonce broke the record for having the most Grammy wins by a female artist in history back in March. And their oldest daughter, 5-year-old Blue Ivy, became the second youngest person ever to win a Grammy that same month with her contribution to the song Brown Skin Girl. The 2022 Grammys is set to take place on January 31st, 2022. Congratulations to Jay-Z.
Yeah, congratulations to him. It's a big win.
It's a big win, right? I mean, apart from Jay-Z winning, but 83 nominations. That's a lot, right?
Quincy Jones.
Imagine.
Mtu wa 19 sijui what.
83 nominations is not a joke. That means he has actually contributed to the music industry for a very, very long time. Yeah. But congratulations to Jay-Z. Notwithstanding, we should also congratulate the 3 Kenyan artists that were also nominated in this year's Grammys. Congratulations to Naiboy, Waire. It was Naiboy, Waire, and somebody else that has slipped my mind, but congratulations to them. They actually got nominated in the Grammys. How do you feel about that as well?
As a Kenyan, yes. I feel good and splendid because it means we're extending our boundaries.
Yeah.
Meaning 10 years from now, kutakuwa 2 singers or what, kutakuwa na so many artists kwa Grammy.
Right.
Yeah, and this big awards.
Considering that people are saying that we're not playing enough Kenyan music. Yeah. But funny thing is, it's not like it was their own music. They got involved in Etana's reggae album that has been nominated for the best reggae album this year. So Naiboy happens to be in the album, Waire also happens to be in the album, and somebody else. So do you think that we should also take that as a win? Hiyo ni album ya mtu.
Hiyo ni album ya mtu, si independent. Yeah, so I think, I don't know if I should quote Eric Omondi, the way he was saying that I think our music industry, it's not that too good.
Really?
Because if it was, artists wetu ungekuwa nenda mbali sana. I'm sure.
But ni Eric Omondi that now you're going to take your wife, Eric Omondi's word for that. He's not an artist.
I know, but also it brought thoughts. Apart
from that, let's not say, if that's the argument, then let's argue that also what's his name? Octopizzo was also considered for nominations. He just didn't pass nominations. You understand?
Yeah.
But then that means he was also he was also considered for nominations. Had nothing to do with somebody else's album. It was his own album. So we shouldn't I think we're giving Eric Omondi too much airplay now. Wait, no, let's not give credit where it's not due.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next story. Now, KRA officials, in conjunction with a multi-agency team, have impounded 4.8 kgs of gold that was being smuggled through JKIA. Now, according to a statement from the Kenya Revenue Authority, 30 women were arrested on Tuesday night with the undeclared gold jewelry at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. So they were aboard Qatar Airways flight 1342 on transit to Doha on their way to Mumbai, India, where they were discovered to be in the possession of 4.8 kgs of undeclared gold and jewelry worth 31 million Kenya shillings. All the women who were on board the flight were then asked to alight from the flight to allow investigations. Now, the jewelry, the authority said, has been deposited in a customs warehouse. Hizo gold zimeenda tu hivyo. Zimeenda kwa serikali.
Of course.
31 million. But guy, that's kind of money. Can you just imagine 31 million and there were 30 women? Abu divide kama how much? 1M. Walikuwa wamejipanga. Na watu wa KRA ndio time ya kukushika juu ulifanya kitu ndio wacha uibiwe simu hapo na nduthi hapo tao ndio ujue hata police is not your friend. Why? Yani you can't just let people live and be successful.
KRA. Sasa mama kufungua macho.
What were your thoughts?
For the ladies, and I think this story has happened also before around August. The same women. But jewelry, sasa wangeiba vitu za maana.
Sasa ni aliiba nini?
So kama kusema jewelry ni kumaanisha ring, earrings.
Ini gold. It's gold. No, it was gold plus jewelry and the jewelry is gold.
Yeah.
Walienda kufanya biashara. Yani hii ati hii ni biashara legit.
But I think they're going to do an exchange. Ukiona hivyo.
Exchange.
See the way they do, you bring gold, I give you cash.
But exactly now 30 million. When that's why they were going to India.
But sasa hata kila moja can care 1 million. And then maybe to steal all that gold, it took them a lot of time.
Yeah, 4.8 kgs is a lot.
It's
of gold.
a lot.
It's a lot of gold. So what? So what is the conclusion?
Hapo walichoka sana.
Are you serious?
I swear 1 million. Hata unajua angekuwa meiba tuseme gold ifikishe kila unaangukia ka half a million, ka half a million. 1 million for me it's so less. So hapo
So half a million is more.
That's more.
Half a million.
You'll do a lot.
Really?
I swear.
Half a million is 500,000 shillings.
Not half a million, as in 500 million. Sorry, yes.
But gold you can't. They will know.
With KRA and their eyes.
Alright guys, we'll come to the end of Trendy Fridays. We have so much in store for you. We're going on a break, but we'll be right back with E-Diary.